No, my folks are from the Nation of Islam. They think white people are the enemy.
You don't look like someone who's worried about what her parents think.
Yeah, you're right. I don't. I have HIV. Still want to hit on me? Whew. Did it look like I had a bird nest on my head? That was the intent. What's poppin' YouTube? It's your girl Kumari Deshay. I have a very special edition Throwback Thursday stories time for you guys today. The time I auditioned for the Star pilot, one of my most prominent memories and experiences in this industry, it was the fall of 2015. It was actually November of 2015. It was actually the fall semester of my senior year at Spelman as well. So I was coming up on graduation. And I had my Atlanta agent at the time. I didn't have my manager just yet. We hadn't crossed paths at this particular time. But my agent was riding. In fall of 2015, a lot of bigger opportunities started to come my way. So kind of gearing up for the fall of 2015, I mentioned episodic season in previous episodes. I mentioned pilot season, right? At this particular stage in my career, senior at Spelman, had an agent. My agent was aware that I was coming up on graduation and we were trying to get me booked for something, right? We were gearing up to really capitalize. So at this particular time, Atlanta was starting to become known as like the Hollywood Mecca of the South. A lot of the industry executives, a lot of just big name industry folk were moving and migrating to Atlanta, or even if they weren't officially becoming like residents of Atlanta, they would start to basically produce a lot of their productions, film a lot of their productions in Atlanta. So of course, naturally, that just became a huge incentive for Atlanta talent to capitalize on. There were a lot of big tax incentives to film in Georgia at the time, and there still are. It brought a lot of revenue to the city of Atlanta, to the state of Georgia as a whole. And it basically opened up so many new doors for emerging talent. Much like my experience navigating the film and television market in the DMV prior to my move to Atlanta, it was a situation where I got a lot of the independent project, like I booked it. Nobody ever would know because it never came to see the light of day. So there was no footage for like a reel, there was no film festivals that anything kind of got picked up for, like nothing like that. So fall of 2015, my agent was kind of trying to prep me to capitalize on a lot of the bigger opportunities that were about to start coming my way, just because of the fact that like being an Atlanta talent, or an Atlanta-based talent at the time, and also being a specialty talent, basically an actress that has other skill sets, basically. So an actress that sings, an actress that raps, an actress that has musicality, things like that. That's what's called a specialty talent. Typically a little bit harder to find in the industry, so they have non-traditional ways of scouting specialty talent, right? Meaning if you are casting for a pilot, and you know that pilot season is typically like your January through March, April-ish time frame, you're not necessarily going to wait until January, February, March, April to start your casting process for these different pilots, right? When you're looking for and requiring specialty talent, you got to give yourself enough time to kind of secure the talent and go through the different phases of auditioning and optioning the different talent, and you know, just locking in contracts and all of that. So very tedious process, and that's the reason why it was episodic season, the close of episodic season in 2015, when I actually got the opportunity to audition for this untitled Lee Daniels pilot. It was the first time that I had ever been optioned for a network pilot, my very first network pilot audition. And furthermore, it was my first experience being validated by a major casting director and by that casting director's team of people. So it was very pivotal for me, just because it reaffirmed what I thought I had and showed me that I can really do this. I got the audition. I woke up. I didn't go to class this day, obviously. I didn't go to none of my classes this day because I had to get ready. I decided to go. Because this was the first opportunity that I had of this caliber, just to take you guys on the journey of like the mindset I had at this point in time. I was just like, God really let this opportunity cross my path. All right. It's like 9-something in the morning. I'm rolling over. I see my phone. I see an email from my agent. I see this daggone audio. I'm like, whoa, like. I closed my eyes, turned over, rolled back over, like I'm about to, okay. And nobody knows this part of the story except for like my family, right? So 5 minutes later, like I can't go back to sleep. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get up, take my shower and everything like that. I guess I had to like talk myself into like, well, and I knew that this, like everything I had been doing up to this point had been happening very rapidly anyway, so I knew. But I was like, you know what, I got it. Like, I'm gonna capitalize on this. This is very exciting. They wanted to see me in person. It was the same day audition. Anybody that knows anything about this industry, is a very quick turnaround time. Like, you'll be on red-eye flights, like for like a same day audition or like a next day audition or something like that. So you gotta be kind of on call a lot of times to capitalize. So I was already kind of prepared for that kind of ordeal. Same day turnaround, same day showing up or whatever. So anyway, get it at 9 a.m. I gotta be there at 5 o'clock, right? All right, cool, that's no problem. Get the sides and everything like that. Study the sides, study the back, the character's backstory based on like the description that they gave me. And based on that, they wanted me to basically do some quick little performance, like a quick little 16 bars or something like that, a cappella, and do like a rap, you know. What I decided to do is write my own little rap, basically. I had been inspired like the summer of 2015 by like Tori Kelly's version of Frank Ocean's Think About You, so I had been like kind of playing around with that summer. And you know, I was like, I want to sing this, but like put a spin on it. So went in there, did my audition, you know, I wrote the rap the same day. I didn't know the rap off the top of my head, so I had my phone in my hand, and I didn't ask questions because like my whole motto was like, just do it, like ask questions later. Like if you ask, like you give somebody the opportunity to tell you no. So I was like, I'm gonna just do it and apologize later if it's wrong. So off book for the sides, I think, I don't even really remember that. It's like 4 people in the room. We had the casting director, we had a couple casting associates and the casting assistants, also had the reader. This was not the final callback audition where you have like producers for the series or like directors for the series and stuff like that coming. This was just like the casting team and readers and stuff like that. Came in, did the audition. What I remember vividly, like, is when I was done that audition, I remember the casting director, like, just, like, throwing whatever back and saying, like, I don't have any, like, critique for you. The only thing I have to say is to have that rap memorized when we bring you back to meet the director. Never met the director. I'm pretty sure that has nothing to do with whatever efforts they tried. Like, that was just part of, like, my journey. Like, I wasn't meant to meet the director at the time. And it wasn't time, right? But when I tell you, those were the words that I needed to hear. It's like, if you guys have ever seen The Matrix, basically, it's like the Oracle in The Matrix, if you're familiar. You have the Oracle that tells you what you need to hear. Not what you want to hear, not what you, just what you need to hear based on who you are, right? The casting director told me exactly what I needed to hear to continue to believe in myself and navigate this road and hit the ground running and be like, you know what, I got this, I can do this. And believe that, like, I literally was a viable option, like a viable contender. And that was the beginning of so many other, like, amazing, great experiences for, like, the auditions, the opportunities, the just everything that came following that moment. After that audition, I know it wasn't even 24 hours later that I got a call from them to do a table read for a completely different film by the end of that week, you know. So it's like a script, you sign a non-disclosure agreement, all that. You do the table read. There were so many opportunities that came after that first initial experience, that's what I'm gonna say. And I don't even think they know, like, what they did to validate me. That meant everything, you know. I pray that ends up being a full circle moment for everybody involved. But yeah, like that gave me everything that I needed to continue navigating this road and believe that I actually could, you know, just to have those lights along the way. That's everything that you need to keep on. So to them, I love y'all so much. Like, y'all don't, like, I think y'all know I love y'all, but y'all don't even know, like, how pivotal and prominent you guys have been in my life and in my journey. So I just, yeah, we gonna have that full circle moment one day. We're gonna have that full circle moment. My hair was out for the original audition. It was looking a lot less, you know, chaotic. I was looking a lot less like hard. There's a lot of differences between what I did today for the audition and how I delivered it originally 5 years ago for that in-person audition. Like I said, the hair was different, wardrobe totally different, had a headshot. I'm sure that I probably wasn't as pitchy for the vocal part back then as today. What else? Y'all already know what I'm gonna say, right? I was a no name. So here's the thing, like, what ended up happening with Star, the whole storyline ended up changing. Like, by the time the show actually aired, there was a completely different showrunner that had like a musical theater background than who was originally like hired as the showrunner for the show and stuff like that. So there were a lot of changes that happened by the time the show aired, right? And that's what happens, it's a business. On top of that, like, when, like, I was a specialty talent, so that's the only reason I probably even got the opportunity to audition for this magnitude of production at the time, like given the fact that I wasn't no name, the only reason I probably even had the opportunity to audition is because I was a specialty talent, and those are not easy to come by. Casting directors have what's called like a go-to pile, and a lot of these like auditions give you an opportunity to show up and show out for them so that they can put you in their go-to pile if they like you and bring you back for like other roles and auditions that they think that you would be like a perfect fit for. That's their way of pitching like the best talent options that they like to people, but they're not the final decision makers, contrary to what a lot of people may like believe. They just pitch who they think is going to be a good fit, but the final decision makers are the final decision makers. And at the end of the day, like when you do understand the business, you know that they want somebody that's going to help bring the fans and the following and all of these different things, and somebody that knows how to work, somebody that the crew is familiar with or that they themselves are familiar with. Like there are so many different layers and components, and when you are like an inexperienced no name, or when you're just a no name, you may feel like you like got all the experience under your belt in the world, but you don't have the credentials that are needed. And I do understand that. Like I said, just to put it in perspective, like if I decide like, you know, I'm about to work on a music project, or I'm about to write a little skit or a sketch or something like that that requires other characters, like just on a very small level, I understand the politics that come into play. Like I'm going to automatically think about the people that I've worked with in the past, or the people that the people that I'm familiar with, you know, the people whose work ethic I'm familiar with, the people that I've worked with before. You know, I'm going to automatically go to these sources. I'm not necessarily vetting the talent pool that is out there. I'm not necessarily looking for the best option for this particular role or for this song, you know. I'm just focused on like completing the project, and whoever is in my orb and on my mind at that time is like gonna be the first person to get that call or whatever. So I get it, is what I'm saying. I get the politics that come into play. I'm just like, I didn't realize what side of the table I was on at the time, and that's really what it was at large. So, you know, getting beat out by more established names, like it even comes down to if there is no more established name talent to like play whatever part, then, you know, maybe the show is going to become a different show altogether, is what I'm saying. Like what ended up happening with Star still became it was a dope show. Like you can't change dope. Dope is dope. Like Lee Daniels, the writing team, like the actors that they get, dope is dope. Like they're legit dope. I'm a fan of all of them, so that's the thing about it. Like I love their swag, their style, just all of what they bring to the table. They're all dope. I didn't know what side of the table I was on. I had to learn. I had to navigate whatever road I had to navigate to learn. But you know, my goal is to like get the lessons learned, put them out there, each one teach one, and try to do things a little bit differently, so that it is clear this go around, like, you know, what my story is, what my brand is, who I am, what I have to offer, just the whole nine, you know. Even though I didn't book the pilot, I worked the set of Stars like back around several times. I worked on the production of Star, not as a stand-in for Star. I worked as a stand-in for other productions that I had auditioned for. And I auditioned for co-starring roles in the series, like for season 1 and season 2 and stuff like that. Still got beat out by more established name talent. Like I auditioned for one role that like Paris Jackson, Michael Jackson's daughter, beat me out for on the series. So that's what I'm saying. Like there are just more established names that were out there that I was competing with, and I wasn't any sort of like influencer with the brand power that I probably could have afforded to focus on at the time, but I just wasn't. I was focused on like putting on the show for all these executives, and again, that's not what it was about in totality. That's just like one aspect of it, like your talent, your team, all of that. You gotta have all your boxes checked, all your T's crossed, all your I's dotted. That's just what I had to learn, but you know, I'm learning it now, and I'm trying to put it all on a platform for y'all to see. So if y'all are rocking with the content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure that y'all don't ever miss another video from me, so hit that notifications bell, let YouTube know that y'all are rocking with the content. And yeah, I love y'all, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next video. Tornado flew around my room before you came. Excuse the mess I made, it usually doesn't rain in California like Arizona. My eyes don't shed tears before they fall, thinking about you. You know I've been about you. You know, do you think about me still, do you? Or do you think about all the times, all the lies, all the good days, all the pain and surprises? I just want to know, why did I get the bitter half of the pie this time? My secret, should I keep it? I keep quiet. I keep thinking about you and me then and me now. I can't win. Can't win. Can't win.
Okay, girl, that was sick. What's your name?
Bahia. Hope I didn't step on your shit.
You did, but it was hot.
Hey, I had to, man. I couldn't help it. You guys were fierce up there. Hey, I need to talk to you about something.
Sure, give me a minute. Mad respect, Bahia.
I appreciate that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I think I gotta go get fired now.
You're not leaving, are you?
I don't stick around for this Hollywood shit.
Didn't I see you serving hors d'oeuvres earlier? If that was you, I hope it's the last time. You were amazing up there.
Tell me something I don't know.
A girl with a healthy ego. I like.
Now, my folks are from the Nation of Islam. They think white people are the enemy.
You don't look like someone who's worried about what her parents think.
Yeah, you're right. I don't. I have HIV. Still want to hit on me? I thought not.
I'ma need a light, I'm tryna smoke it up. So I'm about to sleep and then I woke it up. Resurrected out of giving any fucks. Woke up tryna figure why I'm feeling stuck. Wonder what my angels when I'm out of luck. They probably telling me that you better duck. Metaphoric bullets that you like a truck. Everybody shooter better keep it tight. Whoa, we got PTSD. I've been at the bottom tryna find me. Redefining who the fuck I'm gonna be. When I think I'm down one, devil left me like three, bitch. Tryna be the boss ain't free, bitch. Balancing the laws with a wee, bitch. Elevate so when these bitches cross me, I toss it on the side like a salad cause I'm saucy. Whoa, swear this motherfucker got a mean switch. See me about to flip it better lean, bitch. I ain't really tryna cause a scene. I'ma roll a little green, keep it calm, it's some green shit. Whoa, whole fan begging me to be shit. Background looking like the lead, bitch. Jesus, please intervene. If it's me up on the scene, I'ma let it get some lean, bitch. And I know don't nobody need that shit. I be tryna take anger cause I need that grip. I be looking at me like I really need that hit. Cause all these motherfuckers know just how to make me tick. I mean, I'ma need a whole nother hit. I'ma need a whole nother sip. Look at me like how you get that lit. I had to shuffle every time I should've hit that lick. Like a model for the brand, need the clicks. Like a man with a brand, need the bricks. Like a motherfucking flying with the tricks. I'ma call his ass goofy when he shoot and he miss. Netflix, I can't recommend shit. Cause all I see on there is why I never got called back. I see a lot of years of struggle, I won't get back. See myself and wonder why I ever stayed that track. And don't nobody even know the road I played in.